earlier I brought through a message, and part of it was talking about why the star comes before the moon so you can have the sun. And I think what I didn't quite bring through was the star is this ethereal embodiment of pure light. And then we have the moon, which is illusion, confusion, distortion, but also intuition, also feeling. So we have this grand glimpse of truth, of the pure divine source that we embody here on this plane. And so when we go into the moon, we are asked to strip ourselves of the ego, but the illusion of separation, the illusion of distance, the illusion of things happening, the illusion of the mind that takes us away from the present moment and the body. And when we choose to follow the intuition, when we choose to utilize the opportunity of disillusionment to remember the star, because we were just there, we just had it, we know it's right there. So we bring that with us, and that becomes the sun, and the sun is the giver of life, is the giver of illumination, of how do I explain that? I don't think there is an explanation besides thinking of the gold that the sun explains, the refinement of base metals into gold, the pure warmth of the sun's rays, the gratitude for a new day every day, but also if it weren't for the moon, then at night we wouldn't have survived, because we wouldn't have been able to see. We needed guidance to make it through the darkness of night. In survival, in evolution, we needed the moon's reflection on the ground and the water to bring us forward towards the sun. Without the moon, we don't get to the sun, right? We don't get to that fulfilling warmth that we have such a beautiful access to here on Earth as we are. So after that, there comes judgment, right? So we have this, but then there's this, there's a lot to judgment, so like I'm not speaking on a lot of the under stuff that could go through that, but to judge the self, when you were holding such powerful connection to your experience, when you were holding that, the mind would like to separate from the body. So to see between the above and below and to be present, to see there's always a third in Trinities that comes all the way through the Catholic Church having 3 doors, that comes through the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, that comes through Mother, Maiden, Crone, that comes through masculine, feminine, androgynous, whatever word you would like to put there. The choice of duality and non-duality existing within a sphere, the choice of existence progressing in the unknown, because that is all we have had to strive for thousands of years. Our ancestors survived through respecting those patterns. We exist here because our primordial roots as humans have carried us forward to this point in existence. And that great feminine womb that has carried us through to this point, this planet that has held us, nurtured us, kept us with food, kept us with water, purified water for us, right? Has harnessed fire within her belly to create more. So you could look at the analogy of childbirth as well as volcanoes creating islands, right? You can look at land existing and then air, the air we breathe, the oceans that we came from. The sacred first breath of life. But the non-duality of existence, of truth, is something only we can carry our own flame through. But we create these sacred connections to those we come into contact with. And so we share in carrying a torch of consciousness, a torch of whatever, a piece of the mirror, so to speak. But in reality, we're back in that illusion of the moon. We're never separate. Our mind is never separate from our body. But the mind can instead speak to the body instead of creating work for the body, creating problems, creating strain, making the journey hard. The brain is able to be an ally, but we must have the brain fall in love with the body. We must allow that divine union to form. We must allow the flow of oneness, the very moment of creation that we are born from, to allow ourselves truth in what feels good in our body, in what makes us feel, right? Maybe it doesn't feel good, but what do we have energy about? What do we respond to? And is that telling us something? This safe space that we hold, that only we are able to be a part of. The phone's ringing. You want to answer that? I don't know if you could hear that. I said that and it got picked up. It was incredible. It was incredible to offer the moment of connection, of choice, of, okay, let me hop on that. Okay, let me follow this whim. Let me do this thing that feels good. Let me do this thing that I know will fulfill this part of me that deeply yearns for this. Let me arrive with myself in every moment. It's time to go inside. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful night. And if you would like to get deeper in touch with yourself, my link will be right here. Have a beautiful night. Bye.